Hey guys, welcome to Mindful Combat. If it's the first time you checked out my channel or any of my content, why don't you consider growing around and helping me grow my fight community by hitting the subscribe button and getting involved in the conversation in the comment section below. For this video, I'm going to be doing a breakdown on the upcoming fight between Anderson Silva versus Jared Cannonier, which is on the UFC 237 main card. Now this is an interesting and intriguing fight at middleweight, particularly because Anderson Silva is coming off his main event loss, which turned out to be a competitive fight against Israel Adesanya, who's gone on to beat Kelvin Gastelum and become the interim champion at 185. Anderson Silva in that fight showed us that at 44 years old, he still has skill and talent enough to hang with the top dogs at 185 pounds. That to me is very impressive. Particularly going into that fight, I felt like at 44 years old, having not fought for 2 years, being as inactive as Anderson's been in his age, the injuries he's had, what motivation can he have? I didn't think what opportunities he had against Israel, and he actually won a round. So that was really impressive to me. So coming into this fight, I'm actually expecting a better Anderson Silva because he won't be rusty. I don't think he's going to age anymore in 3 months. So I think we're talking about Anderson Silva, who at 44 years old is still very competitive, versus Jared Cannonier, who whilst hasn't been at the top echelons of 205 or heavyweight, has fought in both divisions, has come down at 185, fought David Branch, who's a respected veteran at 185 and has been for a long time. He fought him and he knocked him out. And that was an impressive debut at 185, particularly as David Branch was coming off a KO win over Thiago Santos, who's gone on to do great stuff at light heavyweight after that loss. So this is, to me, is a fight that's very key and is very intriguing. So I really am interested in watching it. And I think we can go through it, we can break down the fight now, and I can tell you how at least I think the fight's going to play out. So off the bat, Anderson Silva is 44 years old, as I've mentioned previously. He's not a young man, he's very old. He's been around in the game for a long time. We're talking fight years, we're talking age years, biological years. In every term of the sense, Anderson Silva is an old man to be fighting in the UFC, especially at the top echelons division. He fights a man who's 9 years his junior in Jared Cannonier, who's 35 years old. Now actually 35 years old is not a young man in his own right. And Jared Cannonier's only just coming to the forefront, so he's actually a lot older than when I looked into his age. It kind of surprised me. But I suppose Jared Cannonier is only 11-4 coming into this fight. He's only had 15 professional fights. He's been fighting the UFC for a couple of years, give or take. You know what I mean? He's not a veteran, he's not experienced, he hasn't had wear and tear on his body. He's still fresh in the game. So Jared Cannonier and Anderson Silva, the gap is not just 9 years, it's further. There's much more wear and tear on Anderson Silva. And that shows in the record. Anderson Silva has 34 wins with 9 losses and one no contest, whereas Jared Cannonier is 11-4, as I mentioned. Anderson Silva has a 77.5 inch reach, whereas Jared Cannonier has a 77 inch reach. So there's not anything there, but Anderson Silva is quite a bit taller than him at 6'2", as Jared Cannonier is 5'11". So he's going to have that bit of a height advantage, and that's going to play in, particularly in a fight like this, because this is going to be a stand-up fight. Jared Cannonier is not a grappler, and Anderson Silva is a seasoned virtuoso striker. Anderson Silva's got that stand-up Muay Thai style, that deadly clinch. He's got great kicks, great knees. He's still shown that he's still got flying knees. He's still got some athleticism. He's got pinpoint boxing as well. And he once said that he wanted to box Roy Jones Jr. He's actually boxed professionally. He fought stand-up professionally, and that's definitely his bread and butter. Jared Cannonier is also a striker, but the difference is he's not as polished a striker in his technique. Actually, he's a brutal knockout artist. He hits hard, he carries heavy punches, and when he connects to make impact. That's his goal in every time he strikes. Every punch he throws is to separate you from your consciousness, and actually the killer gorilla, Jared Cannonier, does carry that kind of power. So the key wins, I mean, for Anderson Silva, his resume is lengthy resume. I could do a video just talking about his key wins. We're talking 2 wins over Rich Franklin, 2 wins over Chael Sonnen, a win over Yushin Okami, a win over Nate Marquardt when he was a world champion. He beat Forrest Griffin when he was one win removed from losing his world title. He beat Vitor Belfort. He beat Derek Brunson more recently. So he's still good. Anderson Silva is still good. Just 2 years ago he beat Derek Brunson. For Jared Cannonier, you can only point to David Branch's key wins. There's not really much else there because, like I say, he's only just now come to the forefront. He's also caught some L's at light heavyweight. He fought guys like Glover Teixeira. That was obviously a different type of fight than this would be. He actually showed me a lot of good stuff against Glover, so there's that. The issues for Anderson Silva in this fight is going to be A, his age at 44 years old, and B, his wear and tear. He's taken a lot of damage throughout his career, and I think his chin is not what it used to be. He's shown it. He's been knocked out, he's been dropped by Michael Bisping, you know what I mean? So Michael Bisping's never been known as a knockout artist, and fighting a guy like Jared Cannonier, who hasn't got the overall skill set of Michael Bisping, agreed, but he hits a lot harder than Michael Bisping, and just that one facet, that's very dangerous, considering this will be a fight that for 15 minutes is going to be fought on the feet. The X factor coming into this fight for Anderson Silva, in my opinion, is his experience and his polished, more crisp, technical striking. And for Jared Cannonier, it's quite simply his youth, freshness, relative youth, and his punching power. That's something that's very key. How do I see the fight playing out? This fight will be settled on the feet. Jared Cannonier doesn't go for takedowns, nor does Anderson Silva. This fight is going to be handled on the feet. Jared Cannonier is a loopy striker who carries a lot of power. Anderson Silva is a polished striker who is more refined, and even at 44 years old, he showed that he can hang with Israel Adesanya, a current interim world champion, for 15 minutes and win a round, and that was with a 2-year layoff. This time around, I see that Anderson Silva is going to come in, he's going to outstrike Jared Cannonier. I don't think he'll get the finish over Jared Cannonier because Jared Cannonier has shown to be durable, and I think he'll outstrike him for 15 minutes and he'll get the decision. There's obviously always that chance that Jared Cannonier could land a big punch and knock Anderson Silva out. I don't see that happening. I see Anderson Silva cruising to a decision with his superior stand-up and getting the W. Now guys, let me know what you guys think. Comment below and let me know how you think this fight is going to go. I think if you think I'm completely off the mark, no problem, disagree with me. Just comment below and dislike the video. That's fine. Well, actually, only dislike the video if you didn't like the delivery. I think that's the key thing here. So comment below. Thank you for watching Mindful Combat. Thank you.